Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe guys, and let's get into it. So huge, not huge, but big changes on missiles guys. Big changes on missiles, especially the IR ones. So let's talk about that and try to test them out a little bit. So some of these things I don't know exactly what they mean, so you can help me out. Leave it in the comments, okay? First things first, this is a data mine made by Ajude, so thank you Ajude. I will leave the link in the description. But yeah, so yeah, this is the first thing. Sensor constant gameplay parameters change. I don't know what this means, front aspect afterburner multiplier. So I really don't understand what this means, but it is something to do with IR sensors, so it might change something. The second thing is some of the radars. So as you see, the vegan radar, the MiG-29's radar, in the track capabilities, in the vegan on the search, and the APG-66 on the search and track, they change it again, the Doppler speed from 0 to 40 and 0 to 25, 0 to 24. So it was already these numbers before, but then it was like 2 days before this change, it was changed for 0. And now it's changed back again. So I really don't know what this means, but if you do, let me know in the comments. But let's go for the tasty part. So IR missiles are changed. So yeah, now every missile that we get, basically IR missile, it has a more sensitive sensor. That's basically what it means, okay? Every single one of them. Which means two things. First thing is that all missiles technically are an all-aspect missile now. Not really though, because all-aspect capabilities are fairly laughable in these early missiles, as you see here. So for the AIM-9B, the AIM-9F, the R3S, R60, SRAM, PO2, R530E, RB24, Shafir 1, basically has a lock range of 500 meters in all aspects. This doesn't change anything. I mean, you cannot fire a missile from 500 meters and get a kill, maybe in the R60 and the SRAM, but it's kind of too much. The thing that you have to worry about this is actually that in side aspects, it will be a lot easier to get a lock. That's basically it, right? For all of these missiles, the AIM-9E, J, P, R13M, M1, the Fire Streak, PL5B, PL7, Magic 1, RB24J, and the Shafir 2, all aspect baseline 1 kilometer. This changes a little bit. It is a little bit better. 1 kilometer, you can already kind of get an all aspect kill, especially with the Magics, and maybe the PL5, maybe the R13M, maybe the 9. I don't know. The thing is, side aspect shots will be a lot easier. We are going to try to test that to actually take a look if it's actually feeling the difference, right? Then we have the specific changes for some of the missiles. So for example, AIM-9E basically has some effect of offset here. New aspect afterburner baseline, 1 kilometer. Maximum fin angle of attack in arcade nerfed, so it will turn a little bit less in arcade. AIM-9J, maximum fin lateral acceleration, heavily buffed. So this might change the way that the missile actually turns. I don't know if it's going to completely change the missile, but the AIM-9J will turn a little bit better, okay guys? The new aspect of it, obviously, better speed. I don't know if this means anything. And then we have this I think this is the autopilot kind of situation. The missile might be a little bit more precise now. If you do know what this means, let me know in the comments. I will be reading, okay? Then we go for the AIM-9L RB74 as well. Rear aspect, countermeasure, IRCM baseline lock range, increase it. So yes, it is going to be a little bit easier to just flare this missile, the AIM-9L, okay? You will see the flares for a longer range, and just overall, you will see the flares more. New all aspect afterburner baseline long range, but also it was nerfed on this part, but buffed on this part. So the lock range now, it is more realistic to real life, so 6 kilometers. So you will basically lock more people. You will try to get a lot more, you know, it can get a lot more kilometers in the range of lock in an all aspect situation, but it will of course see a lot more of the flare, so it is going to be easier to lock the lose the lock the missile and just evade the missile, right? Another thing, the FOV was increased. That is helpful if the target doesn't flare. This is the ability that the R60 has over the AIM-9L. The FOV of the R60 is way bigger than the AIM-9L, which means that it can actually look for the target way better, in the sense of if it flares out, it can actually go back for the target. Doesn't matter if it's actually being flared out. So it has a point of being a little bit better in that sense, but also it has a point of being worse overall due to seeing more stuff that it's not the aircraft. Of course, the small IRCCM that these missiles have will help a little bit with that, but the bigger FOV will mean that it will look at more flares. Basically, that's it. Maximum lock angle before launch, so they just increased the lock angle before launch, and then the track rate was heavily decreased. Rear aspect and all aspect flare resistance is nerfed. My opinion, it is a little bit more realistic, but people will feel it as a nerf. Okay, guys, it will feel as a nerf. I guarantee to you guys. I will test the missile, but still, I think it will be felt as a nerf. All of these manpads also increased in the range and increased in the all aspect range. So overall, basically a buff in the sense of all aspect capabilities, but a nerf in the flare resistance. All of these missiles as well, including the Python 3 and the PL8, which is funny, MatAWG 2 as well. So you can include the MatAWG 2 compared to the AIM-9L, as you see here. So pretty interesting. Same principle, better lock range, but also you will see a lot more of the flares. You will see that this is a pattern for all the missiles. R23T, better lock on range, worse flare resistance. R24T, better lock on range, worse flare resistance. R27D, they increased the drag coefficient again, so this is kind of bad. I was hoping they were actually going to nerf this, buff this, but apparently they remain the same. So yeah, no drag coefficient change on the R27 for now. Maybe only the R27R got it. So yeah, same thing as you see. Basically nerf on the flare resistance, but a buff on the all aspect detection. ET as well. The ET obviously is in the game as well right now, but still. And the R60M the same. So it is going to lock people from further away, but you will see more flares as well. R73 the same. So basically goes for the same thing. This is a very interesting thing. Red top, new afterburner all aspect baseline lock range. So the red top finally is a proper all aspect missile. It was supposed to be one from the get-go, so now the Lightning will be very interesting to fly. I plan to do videos on it, on all of these missiles and testing the aircraft fairly soon, but keep in mind the videos might take a little bit of time because some basically servicemen will come to the apartment today and I won't be able to record because I have to actually help me out a little bit, so just keep in mind on that, okay? Chauffeur 2 also changed maximum fin angle attack. I don't know if it's a buff or a nerf, but still, new maximum fin acceleration. Same kind of situation as the other missiles. So maximum fin angle attacking. So I don't know. I don't know if it's nerfed or buffed. I really don't. But anyway, a lot of changes in IR. Let's test them out a little bit on the game, okay? So here we are in the game. We're not gonna get into a battle, okay guys? We're just going to actually test them out on the test flight just to feel the difference. I plan to do videos testing all the new missiles. Don't you worry, okay? but let's go. So let's take off with the MiG-29 and see if I can actually lock people. Basically, these are the worst targets to actually get a lock, but it is a good test. So let's see. So it's supposed to get a lock. I mean, it is the afterburning one, so I don't think the non-afterburning will change too much. Yeah, it doesn't change too much, as you see. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. So it needs to be an afterburner missile aircraft to actually be able to feel the difference. I will try to get into a match to actually show to you guys. Well, actually, I'm going to wrap this video up because if not, the video will be too long. The stat cards are still the same as you see here, but it will be changed, so don't you worry. And yeah, I will be doing videos testing out the missiles and just playing around a little bit, okay guys? But test it out for yourself. Big changes for the missiles. It is interesting. I don't know, it feels a little bit more realistic. But I don't know, man. It just feels that the flares are already kind of OP against these missiles. So I don't know. I mean, sure, why not? But it feels like it's too much. Maybe they are trying to differentiate against the missiles that will have the proper good IRCCM from the 80s, like the R-73, like the AIM-9L. But still, it feels a little bit too much even sometimes. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys. See you.